How's it going, everyone? Anthony with US Fitness Products. So this video is for those of you who are thinking about getting a Hoist V Elite home gym, or maybe you just got one and you want to figure out how to use everything. So Hoist makes a V4 and a V1. The only difference between the V4 and the V1, we have a V4 here. The V4 has these articulating press arms that you'll see flanking me. The best way to grab these down while you're already seated is take your hand and grab it at the corner here. So that's all I'm doing, just pulling down right at the corner. And these emulate training with dumbbells because they force you to fire off your stabilizer muscles. So you can do more of a traditional chest press, whereas if your stabilizer muscles are weak, you're doing this number and wobbling. This is also a great chest press variation if you're just super strong and you maxed out the fixed wishbone. This will add an extra dimension difficulty to it. So this is how you do a chest press to emulate training with dumbbells. This is also how you do your chest fly. So you can come out pretty wide here to do that. And then to put them back, you can go up, and then you'll see, I'll use this one as an example. Here's your little dock right here. There's a little trick to it. You can go up and then rotate it in. And when you rotate, so if you just try to go up, you start missing this and fumbling around with this. You want to rotate them inwards as well, and that'll lock them right back into place. So as I mentioned, the V1 is identical. It just has this fixed wishbone here, which is how you would do your presses along with your rows and pulls. So I'll just start with the rows. Bunch of different grip points. You have your wider grip here. You have your more narrow grip right there. And this is chest supported. I'm planting my chest on this pad and pulling off of that. But you can also swing this arm forward to do chest presses. Here's a little pro tip for you. Arm is pretty heavy. It's got some weight to it. It's very high quality welded steel, so it's going to have some weight. You can't really just pull this tab out. The best way to do it is if you take some slack off the arm, so just give it some pressure, then the tab pulls out nice and easy and you can swing it forward. So a lot of people get stuck trying to wrestle around with this tab. Just get some slack off of it, then pull the tab, and you can put that wherever you want it to go. So again, all the way forward, or you'll figure out your settings to what's most comfortable for you, but here's how you would do your chest press. Let me show you this. This is also how you would do a shoulder press. So demo this outside of the chair. Basically, if you tilt this backrest forward, you're going from a chest press into a shoulder press. So if you wanted to get more of that shoulder press type of motion, so back pad here, you can ratchet it out closer to you for users of different heights and sizes, or to do the shoulder press like I was telling you about, push this tab in and tilt the pad forward. So if I'll give it a little bit of an angle right about here. Now you'll see I'm doing more of a shoulder press where the weight is on the delt as opposed to my chest. And then I'll just get this back out of the way. Again, look at how easy that was. So when I get some slack off of it, I can just pull that tab out, set it wherever I want, no problem. A fly, again, just if the regular fixed press isn't challenging enough to you. I don't believe the V1 comes with this. So the V4, and again, this is kind of forcing me to fire off my stabilizer muscles. Another way I can do chest press or a chest fly. So if you want some extra chest press variations, chest fly optionality, definitely go the V4 route. Now that I'm sitting on the chair facing forward, this is really nice because you get a seated leg extension for your quads. You also get a seated leg curl. Not every home gym will do this. Some of them, right here, here's a seated leg curl. There's a lot of home gyms out there that if you wanted to do a hamstring curl, you'd have to get creative and face forward and do this number and do a standing variation. Nothing to worry about with this one. Facing forward, or to take a step back, you have three very useful pulleys. You have a low pulley down here to the side, you have your mid pulley right here, and then you have your high pulley. And probably most frequent exercise you're doing off of here is your lat pull down facing forward for your back and for your lats. You can also mix and match attachments. I have just a regular straight bar kind of attached down here I could attach that to the top here, stand off to the side, do some tricep push downs like that. Same thing with this mid pulley.
Whenever you're ready.
So this ab strap on the mid pulley, primary exercise for it would be like a weighted crunch. This ab strap attachment itself will also double as a tricep rope. So here's where I'd like to do a seated tricep extension. You could also take this same attachment, hook it up here, and that's where you would do your tricep press downs. Or the reverse, take the same attachment, put it down bottom, and what would you call it? Maybe a neutral grip bicep curl like you would do with a tricep rope. And that would probably bring us to the low pulley down here. So again, I have the straight bar. I did have the straight bar hooked up to it to do bicep curls. This is also where it'll come with a ankle strap where you can do your hip work like the adductors and abductors. So as an example, hook that up to the low pulley, find somewhere to brace yourself and do all that. Excuse me. I'll get that out of the shot and do it again. So again, hook that up down to the lower pulley, find somewhere to brace yourself, and that's where you do all your hip work. It'll come with a couple of different optional attachments, pretty large ones. The one that we don't have is the high-low cable column. If you get the high-low cable column, it's a whole entire column that sits off to the side here where you have this one cable that you can put wherever you want it. Let's use the MI7 as an example. So it wouldn't be exactly like this, but the idea is having one single cable column where off the machine you have your high pulley, mid pulley, low pulley. If you want everything in between, you have an exercise where you just like to sit it right there, or you like to sit it somewhere in between. That's an option for you. But the option we do have already hooked up to it would be your leg press. Leg press is pretty sophisticated. You could be sitting down and just grab this pad and pull it towards you. Leg press, you do two things. Obviously, leg press itself also doubles as a place where you can do some calf raises. And just to show you, this is a leg press like no other. This comes from Hoist's Rocket line. They have a whole commercial line of equipment called the Rocket series, where you'll notice as I press my legs out, it's lifting my butt up, which is more biomechanically correct when you look at doing squats or deadlifts. So for example, if I'm doing a squat with a bar and I'm standing up here, my hips are kind of coming forward. Or if I do a deadlift, my hips are coming forward. So that's a lot more ergonomically or biomechanically correct as opposed to a traditional leg press where you're just sitting in this L shape and it's just shooting all this weight down to where your spine and hips are folded over. And then of course, I'll give myself some space here for a calf raise. I would just let my heels hang off the bottom of this plate. Make sure you got a little slight bend in the knee here, and then just point my toes outwards to hit the calves. And those are your main options. You have the leg press off to this side, high-low cable column on the other side if you go that route.